We're going to do the matchup of 12 Angry Men versus A Few Good Men. And this was a great pick. I must say, I'm glad that this movie poster, I hate it when the movie posters have two faces and they switch the names as if we are confused, right? But no, it's Tom Cruise, his name's over his face, and then Jack Nicholson, his name is over his face.
I think that's so you look back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and then it's burnt into your
Oh.
You gotta go see it.
It's something.
What am I looking at? You gotta look at it a few times. Oh, no, I'm gonna go see the movie.
It's actually, I think the top billed cast is first.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I didn't know that.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Okay. Well,
I'll be here all day.
we're going to start out with the older movie, which is 12 Angry Men, 1957. And it's Henry Fonda. Now, for a guy like me who's 50 years old, I know a lot about Henry Fonda. You don't, Mr. O'Hearn,
Right.
probably.
That's a compliment, I guess. I'm young and spry.
Young and
Is that
spry
what
and
you're saying?
sneezing and flexing. It's a flex sneeze, like ka-chow. And 12 Angry Men started out bizarro to me, but it's about it's about a jury. So you have a young man, a boy who's on trial for murdering his father, and you've got these 12 men. Now, this is the 50s, folks. So you have to put yourself in that mindset, and the jury gets together, and what's the whole shift in the movie is one man, and that's Henry Fonda, who says not guilty, and then all you know what breaks loose from there. I don't want to give it away because I think it's important to just leave it at that. Masterfully done, and then you have a truly phenomenal ending, in my opinion. But I want to kind of leave it at that, given the film. You guys understand where I'm coming from, and again, Henry Fonda, very great actor, and did an excellent job in that. So that's the old movie. Tell me about A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men. So Tom Cruise is on his most impossible mission yet. And he's a military lawyer who's defending two Marines. And this happens in the beginning of the film. Two Marines go into another Marine's room and they tie him up, gag him. And we learn that this is called a code red.
Code Red!
And they do this to kind of scare him straight because he shouldn't go outside the chain of command. Mm-hmm. You gotta, the Marines come first, and so they're trying to knock some sense into him, but end up killing him, or this process ends up killing them. And Tom Cruise is the military lawyer tasked with defending their innocence. And the bad guy, I guess, is Colonel Nicholson or whatever his name is.
What
Jack
is his
Nicholson.
name? Yeah, he's a colonel.
Colonel Jack.
Colonel tough guy.
Yep.
He's a tough Marine.
And the way I describe A Few Good Men, so it's written by Aaron Sorkin, who I like Aaron Sorkin's writing a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a lot of great films, but there
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh
No.
my gosh. Oh, what are some of those films?
It's okay.
Golly. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll bring them up later. This is live. Well, it's kind of live. Here we go. I think the script is good, but sometimes with Aaron Sorkin films, it's like people don't actually talk like that. This film is good and fun, but I think the dialogue is sometimes too popcorny. Like it's like, okay, that's food, but it's not really. You're not supposed to eat a lot of popcorn. Like it doesn't. It's not realistic or substantial, I guess. The dialogue's fun. I think on a rewatch, because I've seen this film a couple times, it didn't go as deep as I thought it would. Like it wasn't cathartic
From what you remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
It was just okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's interesting. There's some kinds of twists and turns. Like the big question is,
Yeah.
did Jack Nicholson, did his character actually call the code red? And that's a question. But the best scenes are the courtroom scenes.
Yeah.
And, I think those are still iconic.
Yeah.
what do you want? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. You know, that's where it comes from. Everyone's heard that before.
Heard it. We've seen it.
That Mark Zuckerberg movie, not the Notebook or the Network, about Facebook. Social Network, written by Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin also wrote a lot of the West Wing.
Oh, that's right. I was like,
so
okay.
That's the writer.
Yeah.
That now it's coming back. I also thought it was cool, and I'll be interested to hear what you guys think about this, that, you know, maybe it's a little soft on this, but I thought it was cool that morality outweighs kind of dry military obedience. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. Anyways, Father, you jump in.
Chime in, Father. What do you...
So, you know, some people are going to say Father Nix is too political, but I have to say this.
Say it.
Cardinal Manning said it great. All politics is downstream of theology. There's a reason Our Lady warned about the errors of Russia and Fatima. And what are the errors of Russia? It really is all of leftism. And my problem with both of these movies, this is going probably too deep, too fast on this, but
let's go. I'm ready. Let's take the train.
Here's my problem with both the movies is already the conservatives are the bad guys. And you see this already very slightly in the 1950s movie, 12 Angry Men, because what it implies, I'm not saying this is direct, it implies anybody against the death penalty is a racist. If you watch the movie closely, who are the two? Now I'll give you this. It is absolutely brilliant how Fonda turns the whole thing. It's a great movie. I mean, A++ movie.
Yeah.
And his way.
Okay, I'm quoting you on that. I'm writing it down.
A++. Double pluses on the A.
Dang, look at all those pluses he just added. Oh my God.
Pluses.
All right, Tony, what do you think?
I'm giving it a triple pluses.
We beat me then. All right, so I mean, in what he does, St. Philip Neri could convert a lot of people through questions. I love the notion of the Socratic method of just start asking questions and you can bring them along. Yeah. People in negotiations understand he who asks the questions controls the conversation, and you see that very clearly in that movie. But what's implied? Who are the only sticklers who want the death penalty? It's an old grumpy guy who keeps pointing out the race of the guy. So it's pretty much implied the only people that want the death penalty are racists. Now, of course, I'm against racism, but I'm for the death penalty, right? So you see a tiny touch of who the heroes are for Hollywood already in that movie. But it's much more pronounced in A Few Good Men in 1992, because you were true when you said who, you know, scaring him straight. That is exactly, I don't know what the algorithms are, but the ones that was killed were literally, they were trying to scare him straight. And
yeah, that completely flew over my head. All I knew of this character, this Marine, was that he had a condition, like a physical condition, and, you know, he had some blood condition and he couldn't keep up with the other Marines.
No, the real reason, Jack Nicklaus doesn't think he's fit for combat because he has a boyfriend on the base. That's mentioned several times.
I don't. What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Did you watch the opposite of With VidAngel, like where things are added?
We're gonna add some stuff.
All right, so maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'll bet you. What do you like to eat or drink these days? You want to bet something?
Oh wow.
Let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Arnold Palmer.
Right,
we both had Arnold Palmer's earlier.
But we couldn't say it. Neither of us could say it.
I literally practiced in the vehicle.
You practiced.
I messed up saying it.
You said Arnold Palmer or something. It was horrible.
It's so funny because I was practicing. I was like, Arnold Palmer.
Yes.
I had to practice.
We were practicing at the same time.
Without even talking about it.
Like this.
Okay,
Arnold,
so bracketing.
You owe me an Arnold Palmer.
Bracketing the Contra Naturam Marines. Wait, I don't owe you yet. You haven't won the bet.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
So what's very clear, whether I'm right on the Code Red being ordered for homosexual or not, it's very clear that the grumpy general is what's wrong with America. And who's going to save America? It is the liberal Harvard lawyers, right? And so when you guys talk about voting down poison, I appreciate the fact you're looking a lot towards first nudity, second blasphemy. But if we really believe Our Lady of Fatima, that Marxism is so dangerous, you don't even realize you're imbibing leftism in these movies.
Public schools are out of control and homeschooling isn't for everyone. But what about Catholic schools? Even many Catholic schools are drifting away from the faith. Is your Catholic school one of them? the next generation is at risk of forgetting their Catholic tradition and losing their faith. That's why we love the work of the St. John Henry Newman Institute. They help revitalize Catholic schools. They train leaders, give grants for schools in need, and build roadmaps to help schools transform their curriculums. The John Henry Newman Institute is the guide that Catholic schools need, and it's simple. At jhni.org, schools go through a simple application and assessment process and receive a tailored transformation plan so that their Catholic school can embrace tradition and teach the fullness of the faith. Whether you work at a Catholic school or just drop your child off there, make sure your school joins the John Henry Newman Institute network so that you can get peace of mind knowing that your Catholic school is really fully Catholic. Learn more and join us at jhni.org, accelerating the renewal of Catholic education. That's jhni.org, jhni.org.
Here at Movie Crusade, we defend good movies. Did you know our team has developed an incredible script about the Eucharist? It's called God Bread. Why? Well, millions of Catholics believe that little piece of bread on the altar is Almighty God. If they're wrong, they're all crazy. If they're right, it changes everything. God Bread is a film with 3 stories spanning thousands of years about women who were actually crazy enough to believe it. It's not the kind of film Hollywood wants to make. That's why we need your help. If you're tired of the Hollywood filth or the Christian fluff, go to godbread.com and support a highly artistic, deeply traditional film that will shock the world. That's godbread.com. Let's say it on 3.
Part of me...
I did not... Okay, here's what I think's happening.
Do you at least agree that the heroes of A Few Good Men are the leftist Democrat Harvard lawyers?
I don't know there's anything in the film that says they're leftists.
So I kind of see where you're coming from, Father, as it pertains to...
Because I work with a lot of military guys. They are not mindless grumps like that guy.
No. The point
He's
is
a total mindless.
The point is valid
yeah.
about Nicholson's character.
But why does that make you think he's a conservative?
Well, because that's how he's framed, right? It's that
He's framed as a grump.
Yeah, but he's framed as the man who is very much against these Harvard-trained lawyers, who understands how battle happens, that America was built on the shoulders of these soldiers. He's really kind of the mind. He's sort of the stereotype of how people wanted to picture Republicans in the night. Now, not that anyone at this table even considers himself a Republican anymore. It's not like we trust the Republicans. But in the 90s, that's who the Democrats wanted to pigeonhole as the big, mean racists.
I think you'll appreciate this analogy. I'm trying to do exegesis of the film, what the film says and shows, and I think you're doing eisegesis of the film, to say that you're bringing in baggage from things that aren't in the film, but what you know about Harvard or what you know about military conservatives.
Do you think, well, who's the hero of the movie?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
And who's the villain?
Jack Nicholson.
Colonel Nicholson.
Colonel Palmer.
Jack
Palmer.
Jackless Nicholas.
Jackus.
So, I mean, everyone has a moral when they make a movie. Like, there's a moral thrust to a movie like that, right?
Okay.
So, behind this has to be someone who's being targeted as the enemy. Who do you think? You think it's just grumpy people? I think it's something more than grumpy people.
That's a good question. What do you think, Tony?
I'm sitting here in this like a Tasmanian devil whirlwind with my brain, because part of me wants to say, Father, you're on crack. I don't know what you're talking about, because this is you're pulling stuff that like out of nowhere. The other part of me is like, I can't disagree that you have writers who have a purpose.
There's always an agenda.
Yes, no, you're right.
Always.
You're exactly right about that. Now, for your premise, I see it more with A Few Good Men. For 12 Angry Men,
That one is harder for me to swallow.
I'll
too.
do it. That's more of a stretch.
I saw this as, when I watched it and how it unfolded, I thought, okay, the guy at the end, the old man who finally just broke down and was crying because he was clearly a racist.
Sure.
There's no doubt about that.
And once again, we're back to the father-son love lost wound with that.
That's good.
That comes right back to the father-son.
Yeah, that was.
Remember, it's his son, the picture. He rips up the picture of his son and then he starts
right.
crying.
But the racist was the old man. The father-son drama was another guy, but he was the second to the last to break.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're right. We have the father-son dilemma. He rips up his son's picture, which I kind of was like, anyway, that kid's dead, but he's not dead. Anyway, it's less
just
clear
saying,
in the old movie.
You gotta realize, more than sex, there is a
Yeah,
theological.
totally. I know what you're saying.
you're right.
There's a theological morality. See, the thing is, all these people who claim they don't actually have theology, everyone has a theology.
Yes.
That's my point. Everyone has a theology.
But
So
you
there's-
need to point out the ingredient, the toxin, and you're doing a good job of it. But here's what I want to push back on: the fact that they have a racist guy who wants the death penalty isn't strong enough argument for me to say they are saying death penalty people are racist, because they have 12 people, all different people. And I think what they're doing, and the number 12 in a biblical sense is also, it means all people, right? It's like it's let's get all kinds of people. Like the 12 apostles were all crazy different. So I think if you're making a film about 12 very different people, one of them's going to be a racist, and everything around that, like everyone's going to be different. And what I like about it is then there's one guy who's honest and sees truth.
Yeah.
And then as they pursue the truth, all the lies kind of unravel around them. There's also a lot of artful layers to this movie. Like at first it's filmed wide lenses, high angle, and it's looking like objectively at this scenario. Like you see this big courthouse, and then over time it comes down and they're having conversations and it's here, and then it's like in close-ups and it's like claustrophobic. I heard they even in the set would move the walls in.
What?
Like they would move the walls towards the people so they'd feel even more claustrophobic. Wow. Another thing I heard is the heat of the room and the fact that the fan wasn't working, like that was representing kind of their anger and lack of charity, because as like the fan wasn't working, they're sweating, they're getting angry, but as soon as they come up with a verdict of innocent, the fan starts working, and it kind of relieves all that tension. So I think, yes, there's a racist guy who wants the death penalty, but that's because probably every racist guy wants the death penalty. It's just true to life.
Right.
And you have 11 other very different people.
Right.
That would be my count.
Yeah, I guess.
But the similarity is it is the gentle Democrat who saves the day in both movies. See, I went to Boston
Gentle
College,
Democrat.
and where I went to Boston College, we had 55 universities in the area. And there was a big divide. Like you had your blue collar workers in Boston, and then you have 55 universities. And you actually see this divide really good in the movie Good Will Hunting, right? Because he has to straddle these two worlds. He's a worker from South. He goes up there. Well, the final court scene in A Few Good Men, he tells him, Jackelson tells Tom Cruise, basically you're what's wrong with the country. You come from these Harvard places where everyone's snooty. I don't remember the words used, but he makes it very clear that it's because you are a liberal and we are the ones who do have to break the rules, which of course I don't agree with. We're the ones who have to break the rules to keep this country running. So the bad guys are the racists, the ones that kill GAYS, the ones that, and again, I work with a lot of military people, and I don't know anyone who talks, and you mentioned the script is very corny. I mean, it's just such a that's the right word.
Contrived.
It's such a contrived script,
Right.
Yeah.
that it's just so far beyond. But again, every writer has, like when you guys made Mass of the Ages, did you say the traditional Latin Mass is superior to the Novus Ordo? You didn't say that, but there's a morality that's written in, right? And so there's clearly, you cannot write a book or a movie without a moral agenda. And I'll give it to you that 12 Angry Men, that's hard to extrapolate from that, but I think it's extremely clear who the bad guys are in.
So are you saying it's because he said he was from Harvard?
Well, it's more than Harvard. I mean, it's
because I think what you're doing is saying, well, Harvard means liberal because in my world, there's a lot of liberals in Harvard. But the film on its merits is saying he doesn't like him, it seems like, because he's never seen combat.
It's not my world. Harvard is objectively liberal. It really is.
No,
I mean,
but I think what the film is saying, what the film articulates is that, okay, here's a guy who's never seen combat and he doesn't like authority, and he's putting it over on this guy where this guy, Jackal Sauce, all he cares about is authority, and he's stuffed up with pride. Like the liberal conservative thing, I think that's like a stretch beyond. Even if the writers and director wanted to say that,
and the man murdered was a minority and a homosexual, and we're gonna bet some Arnold Palmers on that. Palmers.
Arnold Palmers.
Arnold Palmers. Yes.
And once again, the bad guy is the
I
big
think you're wrong
white
on that. I'm going to drink so many Arnie Palmies.
We better bet 20 on this.
Whoa.
Here's the deal.
That's like $8 right there.
That's a lot of money. Okay, so I'm with you, Cameron. It's a stretch, but I'm not saying altogether you're crazy or wrong, Father. But
just a little bit.
But just a little bit, possibly. 12 Angry Men is a great film. Morally speaking, when we look at our 5 principles, I thought it did great.
I thought it was certified, good,
Certified,
fresh,
super solid.
lovely.
I'm going to say it's healthy. It's
Eat
very
it.
good.
snack on it.
And drink an Arnold Palmer with it. And I'm going to say that. So I'm going to go with 12 Angry Men over A Few Good Men because it's a much better story and it's better morally. That's my choice. I'm going with 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, in the words of Father Dave Nix, this movie's great, A++, end quote. So with that, I vote 12 Angry Men as well.
What do you say, Father?
Yes. I vote for that too.
We have a clear...
It's morally healthy too.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah. I was trying to make a point. It's kind of who runs Hollywood, right?
Sure.
And they've run it for a really long time.
Yeah.
And there is an agenda. But it hadn't gone totally rotten at that point. So I certainly do say it's a morally good movie.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Could have been done better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's my only point. When was the last time you saw a movie where the conservative guy was the hero? Can you name one?
Maybe didn't Kirk Cameron
Maverick?
Maverick.
Yeah, but he's middle of the road. Like it's pretty clear he's not political, which is good. Like that's what everyone appreciated after COVID about that movie was there was. So I'm not saying I think everything needs to be political, but he was very clearly middle of the road, non-political.
Mr. Smith Goes to Hollywood. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Yeah, he was.
That was a long time ago.
It was 39. Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a clear winner. 12 Angry Men. Old wins again, as it always has.
Against Jackal Sauce.
Against Jackal Sauce.
Which we eventually found out his name was Jackal Sauce, but it took a while to get to that
In the
point.
end.
Is he still alive? He's still alive, probably.
I
Right?
think so.
Yeah. He's up there. Okay. Well, hopefully he converts. I don't know. Maybe he's Catholic. If you liked that clip, which I'm sure you did, then check out our other clips. And don't forget to go into the comments section and hype this bad boy. Don't make me get fat cardinal. Hype it now.